Hello and welcome to TheProPlebNoob and welcome back to Twins. Where we last left off, we had just been the 1020 Shams night in Custom Night and gotten ourselves the third star on the main menu here, the one in pink. But you may notice that we're missing the second star, because we got the first one from being the all main 5 nights and the third star from being the 1020 mode, but we don't have the second. And that's because when we last attempted to beat the final night, the story mode, we had a lot of trouble. It was brutally difficult. But luckily, the game got an update to make that Night 6 a bit easier for us. So we're now in version 1.1.2, and so it's added these two fixes down here. So not only is there now stars for each mode, and we get a little shout out there, but it's also Ashley's AI in the Final Nights lowered from 20 down to 12. And so that would certainly explain a lot of things, because Ashley was insanely aggressive, if you remember. She was brutal. She would move almost as fast as we actually pushed her back. But afraid that it's sad that the stars aren't retroactive, but that does make sense. So even though we don't have any stars down here, those who come after us can get all the stars, because we have done all the Custom Night challenges as seen in the last 2 videos, which I highly recommend you check out if you feel like it. But without further ado, let's take on Ashley and burn down the place to the ground in the final night of Twins story mode. And hopefully she's a bit more generous this time, because Ashley was insanely aggressive in version 1.1.1. I'm pretty sure she was still beatable, but I don't know how I don't think I could have done it. I think you just had to. It's sort of an endurance challenge, because you have to get all 3 of these ignition sources up to the max, and also push back Ashley. But Ashley's pretty stubborn in being pushed back. She doesn't like being pushed back. It's not her kind of thing. So I think if we get lucky enough here, so there she is there. So we can push her, like, hopefully, so she just went forward then, even despite the fact we're holding the flashlight. So she can, even though she can be pushed back by the flashlight, she still likes to move forward anyway. And it can be a real pain when you're trying to get these things to stop winding all the way down, but Ashley's like, nuh-uh, I'm going to move in. So you got to try and wait for a period where she doesn't move in. Like there she just moved back to her first stage, and now she's moving all the way back again. So she likes to do these, like there, she likes to do these double movements where she doesn't stay where she is. She just likes to chill. So it's a bit annoying because we don't get to push Ashley all the way back. Because we do, but then she comes back. she returns. There's a great return of Ashley, like right there, for instance. So now she's back here, and so luckily she moves backwards. But sometimes she can double move. She can either move backwards like immediately, like she moved again there pretty fast, because really what we need to happen is for us to get lucky on Ashley's movement opportunities. We need Ashley just to fail to move at every opportunity she can. She just needs to suck at being able to move. That is the only way we have a chance of beating Ashley. And so these actually don't stay as well, so we're forced to try and power up the ignition as much as we can. But the moment we see her go away, was that her footsteps again? No. And some of the ambience sounds similar to her footsteps, so you got to be careful as well there. But we're just gonna try and keep these ignitions. Fair enough. So that was a good streak there, where Ashley just didn't want to move. Like that's really beneficial to us there. But now she's gonna do a bunch of like really close ones. And of course, that movement there, despite the fact that we're holding a flash on her, she can still move forward. So even then, that is pretty costly to our ignition progress, and can even cost us a lot if we're not careful. But if she's being a bit generous, like we might lose second progress here if Ashley just decides, yeah, we've lost second. Like second bar's gone now because Ashley just, like, yeah. So you push her back for a bit, but then she just sort of moves again, and now we've lost like pretty much all a second bar if we want to save first. So you kind of gotta get lucky. I feel like it's a bit of a luck based strategy, because Ashley she's a bit sporadic in her movement. She's not guaranteed to always go back, and if she does, she has a chance to come back like straight after. So not entirely sure how it actually works, because it feels like the movement opportunity for her to move and the movement opportunity for her to be pushed back are two different opportunities. So like every time she wants to move, she's rolling like a 20-sided dice, and if she gets a 12 or higher, she moves, which is why she can move so fast at times. But other times, it's like, I don't know what the whole pushback thing is, because it doesn't stop her from moving, it just sort of seems to build up its own charge. Because she seems to move back pretty fast a lot of the time. And that can be a real problem there. Like, I also don't know what makes her move forward twice. Like, there she just disappeared, but didn't actually move back. Like, the flashlight went away, and she just didn't disappear. So, we just gotta keep this up, I guess. We just, like, we gotta get lucky with Ashley, and just hope she just decides to suck up moving. Because otherwise, you kind of just gotta be a bit hopeful. Because if she moves twice, like, that's annoying there, but it's not impossible. But if she does it again, like, so it seems like I feel like we maybe have to turn a bit earlier. Like, that's a triple movement right there. Like, she's just refusing to head back into the corridor, and that's costing us a lot of power. So I'm not entirely sure how her AI is actually working, if that makes any sense. Because she just seems to be a bit sporadic in her movements, despite the fact that, you know, we need to be able to push her back. And then it seems like even the times we are late, she doesn't actually... Like, we just hold it here for a bit. So I presume that flashlight there was her being pushed back. But it seems even the times we're late, she decides to... So, like, she moved here, and she doesn't move... She doesn't move... She moves back in now when we're able to turn around. But sometimes she just moves, like, instantly. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know entirely how it works, but we're using a lot of time here, and we're not making much progress is the problem. Because Ashley just... You need, like, a lot of breaks from Ashley at, like, all times. And if you can't get those breaks, then Ashley pretty much dooms you. So, like, even though you won't die via Ashley, you have, like, you just can't fend her off enough. I suppose you could try and make a beeline, but I don't think that's possible. I think Ashley would kill you before you get anywhere near to, anywhere near to the third to gain all three. Because they all go down simultaneously. You're not just powering up one. You gotta manage all three together. But she's just constantly moving back in. And I don't know what her deal is. So just like on 20 she'll just move constantly. Like, you would literally be unable... Halil themselves actually managed to beat Ashley on that mode, which I actually don't know how. I'll be 100% real. I do not know how they did that, but I commend them amazingly for doing so, because I could not even get her to push back sometimes. So I'm not entirely sure. So it wasn't impossible, at least according to them, but it was definitely very tough. But Ashley just seems to be very aggressive for periods of time, and it's annoying because we're trying to charge up our ignition sources while the rest go down. And we have to, like, it's like we get any, like, rest periods at any point. Like, maybe even there was, like, some kind of strategy to get Ashley to move closer to you, and it was like, okay, now she gets pushed back faster the closer she is. So you have to kind of, like, take that risk and time the footsteps. But I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, are we just waiting for a good opportunity? It does say the tooltip does say to shine it in their face, so maybe we have to actually, like, aim it at their face? Because I'm, like, aiming at the chest area, so maybe that's, like, the strat. Feel everything can simultaneously night. If you see someone in the hall, shine a flashlight into their face. So maybe that's the thing there. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the thing we're missing. But I don't think the radius of where the flashlight's shining would actually take effect. You know, it just seems a bit odd. But I'm gonna try it just in case. Just in case it helps even the tiniest bit. Because even if it pushes Ashley back even the tiniest amount, it's worth it. Because we can get her to trace back her steps and just leave us alone for even a bit longer than we want. But she's just so aggressive. And she seems to move back and then instantly spawn in again. Like, that's a pain there. She's gonna move forward. But then she doesn't move forward there, so I don't know what the deal is. Like, we can be really late in stopping her, and she just doesn't move forward. But then we can be, like, right there when she spawns in, and then she moves forward twice. And it's like, what the hell are you doing, Ashley? What is going on? I don't quite get it. And so it's a bit annoying, because it feels like we're not making any progress when we should be. Because, like, sure, Ashley backs off now, but then she just spawns right back in. And it's like, do I have time to stop her, or do I not? Because she moves forward there, but then moves back there. So I'm not entirely sure. But then you saw her just then. You heard her just then. She just moved back instantly. and now she just moves back. So I'm not, and we've lost our second progress again. So I'm not sure exactly what the whole deal is. Maybe we're supposed to like stun her? Is that the strat? Like, just like we can't stop her forever, but we can try and push her back? Maybe? I don't know. So like she's leaving us, she left us alone for a bit there, so she failed at moving quite a lot there, which is good for us, because it means we can get this second one up and running. There's them both there, but the problem is they're going to decrease, and if she decides to move in, like you kind of got to get a period of time where she just decides to stop moving, but you know, she doesn't seem like doing that. She just seems to want to keep on attacking, and it's a bit annoying because you have to juggle all three of these instead of just one at a time. So the fact, like with these going down, it's almost like you kind of got to get a period of time where Ashley just doesn't move in when you're on the third one. But I don't think beeline the third one would even work. Like now she's double moving twice on a second stage, and that just cost us like a quarter of both bars here, which costs us a lot. And the thing is, since the bars go down at the same rate, it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure what the strategy is. So I'm shining a light in their face, and she seems to be backing off sometimes, but other times she just moves right back in. Like, I'm not sure whether the flashlight blocks a movement opportunity or just has a separate pushback counter, which is what it's supposed to do. But we're keeping her in the darkness, but unless there's another stage I'm missing that I can't see because it's too dark, where Ashley's just fully in darkness, that might be the case, but I don't see her. So we're just going to keep winding up these gears and just hopefully get this fuel to the max there. It's like we could go for a beeline on third, and I reckon that would be doable if it wasn't for the fact that the other two go down. Like, I reckon you could beeline third if it wasn't for the fact that them two actually go down like that. So, because I don't think that makes it, I don't think it's even possible to just ignore Ashley for the last one. Because you would need to, like, we've probably got to get these two up to max, and then hope Ashley leaves us alone in time for us to start the third one. So maybe every time we kind of use her disappearance, like even though she heads back, we kind of use it as like a leeway advantage. Maybe. Then she just decides to move forward, even though we're technically blocking her. So I'm not entirely sure what her whole deal is. I'm trying to do it, I tell you. I don't know though. I don't think we can. Oh god. Okay, this is. It's a bit ridiculous. I gotta say, even on 12 AI, Ashley is pretty darn aggressive, because she's just not moving unless I'm doing like. Because to me, it seems like the flashlight isn't really doing much. Like, it actually still moves forward. Like, the flashlight pushes her back, sure, but it doesn't stop Ashley from moving, which is the problem. But it seems like Ashley can entirely just decide to move on its own, and we just lost the entire second ignition there. But I don't know what Ashley's AI is doing. Unless I'm just failing at this, and I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know. I'll be real. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. I don't know. I'm not sure. It just feels like she's really aggressive despite the AI level reduction. Like she's moving despite the fact our flashlight is on her. And that feels a bit unfair. Because I feel like the flashlight should stop her from moving and not necessarily just push her back. Because makes sense, because like, okay, you like Ashley can't move when you're shining the flashlight down the hallway. Because you need to, and you can't permanently shine the flashlight down the hallway because you'll never get the night done. So Ashley can move while you shine the flashlight. While you don't shine the flashlight, but that's it. Otherwise, she's stuck in sort of place. But I don't know what our leeway is there, because I don't want her to advance to a second stage like that, because that's really risky. And I don't know what she's doing there either. Like, despite the fact that we push her, like, I don't know what she's doing. It seems like the game is trying to force her into a second stage, despite the fact that she doesn't have the movement opportunity to do so. Like, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe we just gotta try and keep pushing her back, but she just seems so aggressive. Maybe if I just focus on her second stage, maybe that's the best bet. But even I disagree on that, because that gives actually more time to kill us. Like she's closer to us now. That seems like a worst counterpart. I don't know. Like, yeah, okay, we can push her back here. And then she sort of moves back a bit. And try and get a third one up as well. And just kind of hover over all three. As best bet that we can. But even then, it's like, okay, Ashley, you want to move in? Like there, she's on a third stage now. And now she keeps trying to transition into a third stage. And that just cost us a whole lot of stuff because we had to deal with Ashley. And then she just keeps getting closer. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how you're supposed to actually beat this, I'll be real. I thought the AR reduction would be enough, but even still, it just feels like Ashley is just too aggressive. Or the fuel is just not fast enough, if that makes any kind of sense. Maybe that's just me. Because now she's going to be on her third stage now. So we can shine it to push her back. And I'd like to push her back twice. There we are. Maybe she just gets... Maybe if she had less opportunities to move as she got closer, that would be cool. Because it would mean that Ashley couldn't then, like... try and... I don't know... move as fast as she does. Because it seems like her faster movement is the problem. Like, don't get me wrong, 20 AR was ridiculous. I still don't know how... I wonder if anyone else beat it aside from Halil. Because I didn't see anyone take on the pre-patch, I think. I think most people did post-patch. But it is entirely possible that someone did do pre-patch and I just missed that. So now she's gone back into the darkness all fine and dandy, but then it just seems like sometimes she just decides not to? I don't know what her deal is. I generally do not know what Ashley's deal is. She just decides to do whatever the hell she wants. Yeah, she just sort of... So now she's in her third stage. Go back. Banish you. Be gone. Thank you, Ashley. I just don't know. She just seems to be very, very aggressive. And I don't know... I think it's almost like our flashlight isn't actually powerful enough. If that makes any kind of sense. What is the fuel? I think the fuel was just not going up fast enough. Or goes down too fast. Either one of those. It just seems like... Because we got into 2 max, but then we just get a string of Ashley just sort of moving despite the fact we have the flashlight on her. And it's a real pain. Like, there we are there. But, like, we can't beeline for the third one, because then Ashley would sort of get too much kind of, too much thing. I'm watching she hasn't moved in a while. Yep, there we are.
Do you even know what
I don't know. I don't know what I did, actually. I'll be real. So I'm not sure what the deal is with her. I don't know what the whole shebang is. We'll give it another go, but I don't know what the whole thing is. Maybe if I keep the tooltip open, it goes a little bit easier, because I think you have a bit of leeway at the very start to try and get all these up. But Ashley just seems still way too aggressive. Like, she just moved there. We just started the night, bro. We just got into the whole shebang. And now you've already moved in. And it's like, okay. Thanks, Ashley. Very cool of you. Because, like, there, she moved... So we pushed her back, but then she moved back into first stage. So it seems that the pushback mechanic and Ashley's movement are operating on 2 different systems, I feel like. And I think that's causing a bit of frustrating disconnect between what Ashley's moving and how we're pushing her back. But she just seems to, like... It's just like we get like no break from her, is what it feels like. It just feels like Ashley is always there. But then you have periods of time where you just get like a 20-second long break from Ashley for no reason, and it's just because she's failing to move. And that feels really dumb. I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. But it doesn't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And that's the problem. That just makes the night really frustrating. Because at least with like a harder night, like feel like you're making, like, an important part of the night is that feel like you're making progress. Like, even if the night is super tough, which I'm not saying this one is, I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's tough for me personally. I feel like making progress is one of the most important things because it keeps the player from getting frustrated. And it's why, like, when you're doing, like, a custom night or something, it's like, oh, yeah, I made it to 5 AM instead of 4 AM. Like, we've got this. Or even made it to, like, 4 AM instead of 3 AM. Like, you're making an hour-by-hour progress. Or when you learn someone's mechanic for the first time. That's a really good sign of progress. And like, you know, okay, now I know how to reliably deal with this person. But given that it's just the fuel, which has and it's just Ashley, it feels like, you know, like she moved forward there despite the fact we were shining the light on her. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just feel like I'm making no progress with the fuel. And then when I do make progress, it seems Ashley just decides, nope, you're doing too well. I'm going to spawn in constantly. Like there, she should have moved back. So she's moved back now, and the light flashed again there. It's just like she's running like 2-second movement opportunities, which is insane. Because even FNaF 6's like movement opportunity, I think in the final night is like 2.5 or something. No, actually, no, it is 2 seconds. But at least they sort of get banished back when you're shot. What the hell?
Out of anyone I know.
Like I didn't even
deserve to die.
What? I did not even hear Ashley there. Okay, I'm gonna leave the final night there because I don't think we can. I don't think I can even do that. I'll be real. I don't think I can do that. I don't think that's possible for me in its current state. Even despite the patch, it's a bit crazy. So this might be the final episode of Twins if it doesn't change. I'm not saying it has to change, but it's at like 20 to 12 is an insane reduction. I don't feel like the game should be reduced anymore just because I can't personally beat it. But I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I did say in the last episode that we'd actually have a look at the extras, because if you remember, we found some couple of secrets. So we have one secret here. By double clicking on the thank you message, we get a shot of, I think, the main character in the minigames, and there seems to be 3 graves there, so it must be his family that got killed by... I don't know whether the family got killed by Sue, because Sue was there in that cutscene when the family died. So there's nothing on Asai, nothing on Scar, nothing on Leah, nothing on Jana, nothing on the Professor, but Faded Asai does have a similar thing with like a woman just in the darkness. This might be a... Because I thought this is a thing for Twins 2 maybe, like a different version of Faded Asai. But that just takes us back there. I don't know if there's anything else. Faded Scar's got nothing, Shadow Asai's got nothing, Shadow Scar has nothing, Executioner. I feel like the Executioner would have something. Maybe? I'm just like clicking around. Jump scares, maybe? Anything in the jump scares? I was just double click on all the names here to see if anything pops up. Because it seems to be the double click that's like the strat. No, okay. So the thank you. Because the thank you message definitely is a thing for Twins too. It's got to be. Maybe any of the dev sketches. Just double click on any of them. In case any of them have some kind of secret in them. But yeah, I've got no clue how to beat Night 6. So that's up in the corner. I thought I was going insane. Yeah, I don't know how to beat a final night, I'll be real. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or whether I'm just bad at the game. Those are both possible options. I could just suck ass. But it just feels like I'm making no progress on Ashley. And I don't want the game to be nerfed, like Night 6 to be nerfed again, just because I suck at it. Because there are challenges in Fangames that are too tough for me. Like, despite the fact that I've been my fair share of 10-20 modes. No, okay. Are we back at the start? I think we looked around. Yeah, okay. I don't think... You'd think there would be something with the shadows, maybe. I don't think I ever even got attacked by Shadow Scar. I think he's like doing the main nights. Anything on the Executioner? Usually think there would be something with the Executioner. Maybe there's something in the custom night. Take a look at the custom night. See if there's anything there. Like you? Because you have the highest hostility. Maybe I just like... Nope. Maybe if I double click these. Like the challenges maybe? I feel like Shams might be a bit of a... Shams might have a secret. Nope. Anyone? Nope. I feel like the challenge doesn't change, so you can... Oh no, actually no, it does actually decrease the thing. I was gonna say, so it actually does. The game actually does recognize when you're not doing a challenge and when you're not. That's fair. Yeah, okay. I gotta say, actually, I do like the fact that the custom night is actually available prior to you, yeah, okay, there's nothing in the tutorial to deal with it, Ashley. I do like how the custom night is actually available to you at the very start, so people who want to play the custom night can just jump straight into it. I think that's really cool. I think that's a really cool feature. But yeah, I'm not sure anything about the Executioner, so I guess that's where we'll end the video. It doesn't seem we found any more secrets either, so this is technically just a repeat of the other video, but I figured this is gonna be like the end of I guess this is the final episode of Twins, unless night 6 gets changed. But I don't really want it. I don't think it needs to, because I feel like if other people can beat it and I can't, that's on me and not on the game. But I just feel like Ashley is just Ashley just has a personal vendetta out for me because of it. So that has been Twins. It has been a fantastic fan game to play. I really enjoyed it. I've been waiting for the 2023 version of Twins for ages. It has been one of my most like hyped for fan games, because I played the original 2021 version of Twins and I loved it. And I remember like being the 520 mode, and you know, being so excited to be, I think, one of the first to beat it, and then covering a secret like of Twins 2. And I heard that this game was going to get a remake, and I was so hyped that it had just come out like almost out of nowhere, really. And so it definitely had like it's been very fun. Sure, it's had its fair share of bugs and stuff, but that's like to be expected. Like, not every game can be immediately polished upon launch. So, but I'm glad that Halil has been very responsive with the feedback. Given, like, look at all the changes here as well, like adding the tutorial as well, fixing the sound frequency mechanic, even adding the stars suggestion was just like a minor change. But it's just such a necessary, like, just a little kind of detail that really adds to the sort of atmosphere, like the, not atmosphere, but I guess like the feel of the game, like the polish of it. I guess it's not really polish, but it's because like they look like there was spaces for star there. I'm assuming the frame jump issue is the problem that we were experiencing with at the end of Custom Night, where the thing froze at the end, because I think it was just trying to kick you back. Maybe, I actually don't know. I haven't tested that, and I don't really plan to, because otherwise I don't think we have time to beat a Custom Night mode again. So I don't think there's any kind of hidden cutscene. But yeah, so Twins has been really fun. So thank you to Halil Efe Yayla for making the game, as well as everyone else who helped contribute towards it. It's been very fun. It is a shame that we didn't beat Night 6. We might be back if either A, someone tells me a strategy to do it, like that actually guarantees like it works. Like maybe, like, unless I'm doing something wrong, and someone's like, hey, you know, you've done something wrong, here's how you actually beat Night 6, because you're doing like a scuffed way that doesn't work. Then I'll be like, okay, let's take on Night 6 again. Or if there's another patch that comes out. But I don't want to force there to be a patch just to make the night easier for me personally. I feel like that's really, I guess, that feels kind of selfish, you know? Like, yeah, other people, even if Halil could beat it, like, if Halil could beat it on 20, I don't even think that it needed a patch in the first place. Like, yeah, it's too hard for me, but I'm not every FNaF player, and some FNaF players really want a big challenge that, you know, is super hard. But yeah, aside from that, honestly, it's been a really fun experience. I absolutely love the polish of it. I definitely say it's an upgrade to the 2023 versions in its 1.1.2 state. I think it was a bit rough when it first came out, but I think adding all the patches and just improving upon the versions of Twins has really added to the overall polish in the game. And I can safely say that I honestly really enjoyed this version and had lots of fun with it. So that has been Twins 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, like I said, we might come back to Night 6 depending on anything changes, or I realize anything, but don't count it. I really wish I could beat it, but sometimes there are just stuff in fan games that's just too tough for me, and that's okay. I strive for the completion that I can reach, and hopefully you guys can. And then it also gives you guys an incentive to try out the game for yourself and find out beat what I couldn't beat. Exactly. Even though my whole job is technically to try and beat games to 100% completion, but that's a different story. Sometimes things are too difficult. You hear me? For me personally, that is. Anyway, yeah, enough rambling on. That has been Twins 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to see more. I guess to see more. Maybe I guarantee, like, at the very least, there'll be one more episode of Twins. I don't think there will be though, because I doubt that will happen. So this is kind of like the finale episode, the Night 6 attempt. But it'll be sure to stick around for whatever FNaF fan game we cover next, and see what we cover. So yeah, that's been a good one. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.